Kathryn Wilkes, and I am the main admin of No Cashless Debit Card Australia.
Perfect, Kathryn. So we've seen the federal government put out a media release saying there's going to be another $500,000 a boost to social services. Where do you think that money's actually going?
That's not actually new money. That was the original $1 million wraparound funding for the supposed one-year trial or whatever in 2019. So it's not new money. It's only the other half that will be paying for the staff contracts for this to continue for at least the next 12 months. It'll be interesting to see the breakdown of what of that money, of any of it, is going to which, drug and rehab, mental health, employment programs and stuff like that. I think it's very clear the public need to see the breakdown of what money is going into the community to help people that may need it. But along the lines that majority of people that are on the cashless debit card don't need drug and rehab. They just need to be able to be autonomous and left alone in the first place. But we need to see where that money's going, other than just staff that are into, the contracts that are held with the neighbourhood centre and Impact.
I mean, obviously we need staff to run these things and keep things going, but where should the money actually be spent, in your eyes?
On services. We have a housing crisis. We have tent cities across the region. We have so many people. Indu has become a barrier to getting a rental, right? In a lot of cases, we're hearing where people have been evicted because Indu didn't pay the rents. And it's no good Keith Pitt saying, oh, rent declines are down. He's just admitting there that he knew that they were there in the first place, but they weren't doing anything about it. So now you've got the perfect storm of low wages, right? Inadequate social security payments, because even COVID hasn't been able to save these people, right? There's no housing. There's no emergency housing. The federal government cut the funding for that in January 2019 when they bought the card in. So, homelessness, drug and alcohol rehab, mental health, because nobody's getting any support apart from going to their doctors and getting bombed up on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications from having their autonomy ripped away from them and having their lives taken over by a private company and somebody on the other end of the phone making life decisions for them.
Kathryn, I mean, we don't know when the federal election will fall, but we've had Anthony Albanese, Labor's head, here just yesterday. What would you like to see? I mean, there's going to be a lot of promises made this year. What would you like to see?
We know that, like on the lead up to the last lot, that the federal ALP have said no to the cashless debit card. What we'd like to see, and we do, you have to be aware of whatever contracts have been signed. Labor's got to look at what they've been roped into and what they can undo, right? But people here and all across the country on the card, of course, want it stopped. They want to get off the card, so they want it scrapped, right? We understand Labor supports voluntary informed consent, like the Cape York program, the FRC program. Again, that's a different matter, a different program. The two should never have been merged, right? So the people I speak to, get rid of the card, right? Increase social security payments across the board, from youth allowance to pensioners, because everybody's doing it tough. And then look after the workers with guaranteeing a minimum wage. Get rid of this gig economy rip-off, right? And so you've got a big, broad spectrum. He made a comment that workers deserve dignity, security and peace of mind. Well, Social Security used to provide that for people as well. People on Social Security, all ages, deserve to have the same, right? The payments are inadequate across the board, whether you're 17 or 70. Simple as that. It's not enough to pay a single rent anymore, not enough to pay the bills, medications, doctors, live.
Said it perfectly there.
Not that I can say on camera. Sorry, I don't think so. Keith Pitt claims that if everybody was so upset, 500 people would be at his door. Well, over the course of the last 2 years, a lot of people have gone to his door and been turned away, told to go and ring Indu, go to Centrelink, go to Impact, right? And there's even a special page on Facebook for all of the people that were blocked for trying to leave a comment or message on his page, and the screenshots of what they were blocked for. And they weren't being rude, they were asking questions, but because they weren't pro-card, they were blocked. And it just showed that they were shutting up the community. You couldn't have your free speech, you couldn't ask a question, you were blocked and banned. And it got beyond a joke. So, yeah.
Thank you, Kathryn. I appreciate it. I always do. I always appreciate your comment.